This broadcast is sponsored by
BetterHelp. I've been in therapy since my 20s, and it's made a huge difference in my life. There were so many nights where I struggled mentally and emotionally, growing up being bullied, losing relationships. My life is still not perfect, but therapy has really helped me get to a better place. And that's why I believe everyone deserves access to it. We've all faced hardships. We've all had those days where it feels impossible to keep going. And that's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, making professional help accessible and convenient. All you have to do is fill out a questionnaire, and they'll match you with a licensed therapist who fits every one of your needs. From there, you can talk to them however you feel comfortable, through video call, through phone, or even chat. We live in a generation driven by social media, so more than ever, you have to make sure you're mentally okay, especially with the pressures of not just everyday life, but also social media. So I encourage you all to take that first step by going to betterhelp.com/justalex. Take care of yourself mentally, and everything else will fall into place. So don't wait. Go to betterhelp.com/justalex and start your journey today.
We are 1 week away from Saturday night's main event. And tonight's episode of SmackDown gave us the return of that B-I-T-C-H. And we're going to talk about it right here in Alyx's world. Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is your WWE Friday Night SmackDown. I believe we are on the 24th of October, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we are, the 24th of October. And you know what? When it comes to characters and storylines, for this particular episode, a lot happened. There was some advancement. I won't even say some, a lot of advancement. But for some reason, I don't know, anyone else just kind of felt tonight's episode was dry? It felt overly produced. It felt formulaic. Stuff happened. There's something off about tonight's episode. And it's hard for me to put my finger on exactly what the issue was. And we'll start from the hottest topic of the show, the big thing that everyone's going to be talking about, which is, of course, JADE CARGILL turning heel on Tiffany Stratton. Now, I have not been shy about my opinions on the SmackDown women's division. It's missing a lot. It feels pretty boring. It's nothing to write home about. Not a lot of excitement from the singles division or the tag team division. And I think this heel turn was desperately, drastically needed. But the thing is, JADE CARGILL had a ton of momentum going for her when she came back. November 2024, she was attacked, and she was out for like 4 months, I believe. A quarter of a year. Come to find out, the one who attacked her was Naomi. And I said then, I don't know how I feel about Naomi being the one to attack her, because fans love Naomi. Is it going to work out for her long term? Well, it didn't. It didn't work out for her. I think we all saw that the real star in that feud was Naomi. Because this transformation she made from feel the glow to proceed with caution just clicked, and it got over massively with the audience. And they thought she was going to be booed out of the building. No. Fans ended up loving her, and that hurt JADE. But then they persist with JADE. They kept her strong. She won the Queen of the Ring over Asuka. And people were like, I don't know if that was a good idea, because fans wanted to see Asuka win. And instead of Asuka winning, Jade won and the fans booed her. And so WWE pivoted. Instead of giving Jade the belt at SummerSlam, they had Tiffany Stratton beat her clean. I had a feeling they were going to turn her heel. But I didn't know if they had the cojones, if that was in the plans for them. I think an audible was called at some point, and they said, this ain't working. Her as a babyface is not working. Let's turn her heel. And you have to know, they had every intention on pushing her as a top babyface. Otherwise, why would they have done that storyline where she was attacked and they gave her that long win streak, only to lose to Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam? So at some point they decided, this ain't working. This ain't working. And I'll be honest with you. I personally think Jade Cargill should have been a heel the moment she came in. I was very confused when they brought her in as a babyface. I said, y'all sure I want to do that? I get that fans gravitated towards her instantaneously because she has natural charisma. She has a certain look to her that just makes her extremely likable, right? But her attitude is not something, and this is nothing against her, the real girl. I forgot her real name. I think her real name is actually Jade. Regardless of who she is behind the scenes, how she acts on screen doesn't really lend to being a babyface, right? When she gets on the microphone, she comes across very arrogant, very higher than thou, which leads to her being a heel. She is naturally a heel. She feels like she's better than everybody. She acts like she's better than everybody. She carries herself like she's better than everybody. And when she's trying to be a babyface, it feels like she's playing a role, like she's playing a character and not being herself. And so now that she's a heel, you don't have to worry about that. She can just be herself and naturally go out there and just do what she does best. Be dominant. And that's something I think is going to work in her favor as a heel. I think when fans see her being her natural self and not have to worry about going out there trying to make people like her, she can just say whatever she wants. This is what she needs. Quite honestly, they should have turned her heel a long time ago. She should have been a heel from jump. But here she is. Jade Cargill has finally turned heel. I think the sky's the limit. I think her ceiling is higher than it was for her as a babyface. I'm just being honest with you. I didn't really see her going that far as a babyface. Even if she did win the women's title, it wasn't going to work out for her. But I've seen her in AEW. And I see her work as a heel in AEW and how well that worked for her. Right? I did not see her working out currently, right now, in this version of her, as a babyface. And so I'm kind of glad that she never won that title. But as a heel, and I can say this wholeheartedly with the most confidence than I had before.
I hate when WWE screwed Asuka is really sad.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Asuka coming in with an undefeated streak and then Vince McMahon ended it for no goddamn reason. Don't get me started on that. Please don't. But I can say with the utmost confidence that I think she would be a great champion as a heel. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they put the belt on her next Saturday. Now, I wouldn't put too much stock in that, but there's a side of me that feels like they have to justify the heel turn. They have to justify the heel turn by having her win that title. And she should win clean. It should be in dominant fashion. You already had her attack Tiffany's leg, so she's already injured. Storyline-wise, Tiffany's going in there not at 100%. You almost have to give Jade Cargill the belt. That's just what I feel. Are they going to give her the belt? Again, I wouldn't put stock in that. For all we know, it could end in a DQ, and then we have to wait till Survivor Series. But don't get it twisted. Jade Cargill is going to win the Women's Championship. She is going to become your WWE Women's Champion. I guarantee you. I put money on it. The question is, does it happen at Saturday Night's Main Event next week? Should it happen at Saturday Night's Main Event next week? Because based off of my predictions for the WWE Championship, I don't know if that's the place to do it. But I'm not Triple H. I'm not running the show. It's up to them. But if you ask me now, do I think Jade Cargill should be WWE Champion? WWE Women's Champion? Absolutely. She's the most interesting thing in this division. Tiffany Stratton is a boring women's champion. She is a boring women's champion. She does literally nothing for me. Jade Cargill as a heel is much more interesting. 10 times more interesting. 100 times more interesting. Already. Give her the belt. And I mean that. Give her the belt. See what happens. Hopefully things work out. I just, I don't want to be that dude that says she can never work out as a babyface. Because you just never know. With the right storyline, with the right people, you could probably make a babyface Jade Cargill work. But right now, no. Absolutely not. She should be a heel. Give her the belt. Give her the belt. And you already know. If when Jade Cargill becomes the women's champ, Bianca Belair is coming right in. Bianca Belair would be right there to face her as a babyface. And that's the only downside to all of this. The only downside to all of this is that we're not going to get that Bianca Belair heel turn. I was very excited for that. We've been in need of a Bianca Belair heel turn. Lord have mercy, we need that so badly. And I mean that. We need it so badly. But if Jade Cargill is going to be it's going to be a heel, Bianca has to be the babyface. Because Bianca and Jade Cargill, that's the plan for WrestleMania. And that match is going to be so goddamn good. I don't know, though. I really wanted that Bianca Belair heel turn. I would have dealt with Jade Cargill being a babyface champion if it meant we got a heel turn for Bianca Belair. But you can't have your cake and eat it too, I suppose. Y'all give me your thoughts. I'm curious to know how you all feel about a heel Jade Cargill as women's champion. Would you have preferred her to be a babyface, being champ? Do you think it would have worked out better? Or do you feel like me? Do you agree with me that it's just meant to be what it is? She is a natural heel persona, a heel character. Now, looking at the rest of SmackDown, that entrance with Zelina Vega and Aleister Black, nah, she knows she was way too sexy. That was not PG. The way she was walking around, Aleister Black, the way she came out crawling on the floor. Now, the match between Aleister Black and Ilya Dragunov was great. Don't like that Damian Priest came out and interfered. Again, everything just feels formulaic, by the books, generic when it comes to WWE. You already knew that Aleister Black was not going to... If he was going to lose, it was going to be by interference. He wasn't going to lose clean. But it is kind of getting annoying where the only way people like him can lose is because, well, he's involved in the storyline and he has to get the storyline through. I don't know, man. I'm okay with Aleister Black losing this match due to interference. It's just the way they did it just felt so formulaic, by the books, nothing new. And I feel the same way with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. We've seen this storyline before. Okay, someone attacked Jacob Fatu. We don't know who did it, right? And then you keep telling people, it's Drew, it's Drew, it's Drew, it's Drew. He did it. He's the one. And you're like, well, Occam's razor. The obvious choice is the answer. Only for them to swerve you with someone else. And we all know who that someone else is. We all know who it is. It's Tama Tonga. Yeah. Y'all saw that backstage segment where he was talking to Fraxium and he said, yeah. That was so weird and yet so awesome. It's not Tama Tonga. It's Randy Orton. We know it's Randy Orton. But I don't like the fact that they're making it so obvious that it's Randy Orton. It's ridiculously obvious, and I don't like that. Like, Orton's gonna turn heel. He's gonna turn on Cody, whether it's at Saturday Night's Main Event or Survivor Series, whenever they want Drew to win the belt, because he is gonna win the belt before the year's over with. That's when Randy Orton turns heel. I have a feeling that it's happening next Saturday, which is why I'm hesitant to say they're giving the belt to JADE CARGILL. Because keep this in mind. We're going to crown a new WWE World Champ for Raw. We're going to crown a new WWE Champ and then a new Women's Champ. All of that's happening on one show? One of those things is not happening. I don't mind 2 of the 3 happening, but one of those things isn't happening. Now, if you ask me which one isn't happening, probably the World Heavyweight Championship match. I think that's going to a no contest. I think Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman interfere, and we go a little bit longer without a champ.
Hey, just Alyx, do you want to watch NXT Halloween Havoc tomorrow?
What's on the card? Who's on the card? So yeah, my personal opinion, I do believe that Randy Orton is turning heel. We are going to get a new champion. I just don't know if it's happening at Saturday Night's Main Event or Survivor Series. We'll have to see about that. The rest of the show was just kind of there, if I'm being honest with you. Am I over Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss? I think I am. I think I'm over it already. It was cute at first. Now I'm just like, all right, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Give those belts to someone else. Like, give the belts to Asuka and Kairi Sane. Please. Please, for the love of God. Because at least they'll make the belts mean something. They won't. They'll probably give it to... I mean, who else will they give it to? What other women's tag team? What other women's tag teams do we have? We got JADE CARGILL currently going for the women's... Well, the WWE women's title. So she's not in that tag team division no more. So you can't do her and Bianca. I heard people saying that Nia Jax is with Lash Legend on NXT. Do you move up Lash Legend already? Man, I don't know, y'all. I guess you can give it to Chelsea Green and... What is that, Alba Fire? I guess? I don't know. I don't even know who you give it to. Do we even have a women's tag team division anymore? Or you can give it back to Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, I guess. People said So Ruka and Zarya, but they're breaking up. Aren't they breaking up? Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. You know, maybe? I'm not even sure.
The Hardy Boys versus Dark State in Broken Rules match.
Oh, Lord. Is Broken Matt coming back? Are the Broken Hardys coming back? Delete! 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 Are they going to find the Hardy compound? Is he serious? Oh, oh, oh! I gotta watch that. I might actually have to watch that. Huh. Anyways, yeah, we'll see what they do. I don't care who they give those women's tag team titles to. I just don't like it on Charlotte and Alexa Bliss right now because it's boring. 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 And everybody else is just kind of there. I'm assuming they're still gonna do a feud between Miz and Mello. Mello don't Miz no mo. Apparently Nia Jax is fighting Alexa Bliss next week because oh yeah, compelling television. We all want to see that match. Not. And yeah, Jimmy Uso took on Drew McIntyre and he got his ass kicked. Okay. Yeah, nothing else to really talk about here. Before I do move on to the SmackDown review, let me just talk about one little subject that everyone has been kind of mulling over. And I do think it's time we consider this as a possibility. I didn't think it was something we should worry about because there was a side of me that this man was going to stay in AEW. I thought, based off of how much he was getting paid, how much freedom he has, how much influence he has, there was no way he was leaving. But now, I'm not so sure. And based off of reports, there is a side of me that believes that Chris Jericho could be coming back to WWE very soon. Let's talk about it. So apparently Chris Jericho's contract with AEW is ending in 2 months. At the end of the year. That's December 31st, 2025. By January 1st, New Year's, if he doesn't sign a new contract, he will be a free agent. He will be a free agent and he will be able to work for WWE. So the question is, does Chris Jericho come back for one more run? Come back for one more run in WWE? Let's just be honest with ourselves. Chris Jericho is what, 55 years old? He's either 55 or he's going to be 55. This guy's up there now. He ain't no spring chicken. It's been time for him to consider wrapping it up. Because I'll be real with you, 6 years ago, when he came into AEW and he won the AEW World title, there was a side of me that was like, okay, maybe it's time he considers wrapping it up, right? He's about to turn 50. He ain't going to be as good as he used to be. And then those first 5 years, he had a couple of moments in there where I was like, you know what? He might be able to go a little bit longer. This past year, the learning tree shit was absolute garbage. And it was the first time where I went, it might be time for him to wrap it up. It might just be time for him to call it a day. Because he's not connecting, he's not generating the interest that he used to generate. Right? And I'm being honest with you. You know, Chris Jericho was always able to do something interesting, was always able to make whatever he's involved in work. He was a chameleon. He was always reinventing himself. New catchphrases, new everything. He got a scarf over. So many nicknames. The Ocho, Nueve. Cause I'm a wizard. I'm gonna throw a fireball in your face, cause I'm a wizard. The Inner Circle. Like, he was always able to get something over. And the learning tree was the first time I went, I don't think he has it anymore. So, I know everyone wants to get excited for the idea of Chris Jericho's coming back to WWE. Break the walls down! Break the walls down. Y2J. What other stuff did he do? The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. You just make the list. Drink it in, man. Right? I know everyone wants to get excited. But there is a side of me that feels like, is it going to be the same Chris Jericho if he comes back to WWE? Because if he comes back, we're not just talking about a one-off and he's gone. If it was a one-off, my goodness, please do it. Come back, have a match at the Royal Rumble, do a match at WrestleMania, sweet. We're talking about a full-time run. A full-time run with Chris Jericho in WWE. Is that something we want? Is that something we truly want? Yeah, the novelty of him retiring in WWE and going into the Hall of Fame. Sure, absolutely. He can go to the Hall of Fame anytime. He has plenty of time to go into the Hall of Fame. He can work AEW for the next, what was the contract he had? Was it 3 years? He could do the last 3 years of AEW. And then at the age of 58, go into the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's going to happen that way anyways, right? If he returns to WWE, he won't go into the Hall of Fame until he retires anyways. So it'll be another 3-year contract, and then he'll go into the Hall of Fame. I just have to wonder, if we have him come back, is it going to be the same? Does he still have the magic? Or is he going to be just a novelty act? Is he just going to be someone that's just there because of nostalgia? I don't want nostalgia Chris Jericho. I want Chris Jericho that's going to come back and reinvent himself one last time. Or maybe 2-3 more times. Right? Because he's going to work with everybody. He's going to work with baby faces and heels. So 2 or 3 more times. I need that Chris Jericho to come back to WWE. If he's no longer able to reinvent himself and make himself interesting, create intriguing television, be a main event player, to fight a Cody Rhodes, to fight a Roman Reigns, to fight, once again, a CM Punk, to fight a Braun Breaker, to get over young talent. If he's not going to be able to do that, and he no longer has that ability to do it, and he's washed, stay in AEW. Stay in AEW, collect the paycheck, and then go into the Hall of Fame after you're done. Because I'll be honest with you, the only reason that I would want Chris Jericho to come back to WWE is so I could see him in the Royal Rumble and then go into the Hall of Fame. That's it. I want to see him be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble and then go into the Hall of Fame. If you're excited for a final retirement run, why not? Why not have him come in 3 years, heel, babyface, go into the Hall of Fame? I just have to wonder, does he still have it? Because, I'm sorry, the learning tree gimmick was absolute dog shit. It was so bad. It made me see Chris Jericho for the 54, turning 55-year-old washed up veteran that, quite honestly, he's probably been for a while, but he's so creative. He was able to hide it. I don't know. We'll have to see. I will say this. Whether he stays in AEW, whether he goes to WWE, whether he starts his own wrestling promotion, whether he focuses on Fozzy full-time, whatever he decides to do, I am going to support him. I'm going to support him. I know I just went on this long rant talking about if he still has it. Well, I'm just being honest with you. We have to be honest with ourselves when we talk about these legends. Does he still have it? We can love him. We can cherish him. We can call him one of the greatest of all time. But after a while, your body starts to break down. You're out of touch. Time to wrap it up. Right? But if he can still do it, by all means, come back and have one last run. So give me your thoughts about Chris Jericho. Would you like to see Chris Jericho come back to WWE? Or do you want him to stay in AEW? Just curious to know where your heads are at with that. All right, thank you all so much for joining me. We're going to go ahead and move things along. We have a international super chat title to defend. And we're going to, of course, preview. And I'm not going to say predict, but we're going to talk about Saturday Night's main event next Saturday. So I am excited about that. I'm curious to get your scores, curious to get your grades. How are we feeling about the show? But if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on Cameo. Give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord. Follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkist. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alex guy t-shirt. Hot out the press. Also get your new school Deluxe t-shirt. Get your new school Alex's World t-shirt and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today right here in Alex's World. When you're in my world. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. You could be anywhere. You chose me and I'm grateful for it. So do me a solid favor. Show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra. Shouty 97 5-star heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Go, Khalil does everything. Highway Dylan, Dylan Danger, Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, of course, Big EGM. Did I say that right? Big MGM. I did say that right. And Mrs. Firestar Heart, Angel Hollenberg. Ooh, that was dark. Hollenberg. Of course, Tell Keeps is a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Who here? Who is here, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, the international super chat title is on the line. And in the lead currently is Mr. Sammy P. Boone with $10. The amount to beat is $10. Sam P. Boone is in the lead. I see Aaron Teagle. I see JJ. Who lets the dogs out? Who? That video of Jey Uso winning the Battle Royal on Raw has 100K dislikes. Oh my God, really? Oh, I don't know, man. 100K dislikes. Y'all hate Jay that much? Jesus Christ. I mean, I get it. I wasn't very happy with him winning the Battle Royal either, but 100K dislikes. Ain't that a bit much? We got Your Highness King AJ. I see Game Shock. And ladies and gentlemen, we got the Chosen One, the Unwicking, your Super Chat World Champion. Whenever he walks into the building, you always have to know that you the twos and he's the one. Ronwell, Nick Aldis, good to have you here. My man. We also have the Savior, Drew Usher. I put some stank behind that. Good to have you here, sir. If my mic goes out, please let me know. I've been having issues with this mic. I think the cord is wearing out. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and order a new cord while I'm here, giving you guys shout outs, if you guys don't mind. Gives me a chance to actually take care of business. So who else is here while I'm going on Amazon to get me a new cord? I see PYXY Six. Is that it? Syexy? I don't even know how to say your name. So PYXY 888. Interesting name. Good to have you here, sir. Joseph Winters. Donald Lenesio. Donald Lenesio. Did I say that right? Prefer anything but this Tiffany Tower Reign, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, it's boring, my dude. It's boring. I agree with you. YouTube member, Right Hand Cam. Good to have you here. Good to have you here, sir. I love the YouTube members for showing respect, showing love for the chat. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and finish ordering this. V6 mic cord. Hold on, let me go USB so they know what kind I'm looking for. I think that's it. Well, that was quick. Yep, found it really quickly. Let me buy that right here. Right here, right now. And done. Okay, we don't have to worry about that no more. Hopefully the mic doesn't go out, because it's been having some issues. Speaking of YouTube member, I see Jossie Chatham. I see Chris Wrestling Views. Nikki could turn on Stephanie at like Survivor Series. Please don't do that. Oh my God, can we not do Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vacar? Vacar, I know how you say your name. Vacar. What else we got? Oh, Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vacar. Please don't. Oh, I don't want to say it. Like my body is like, it feels weak because you even brought it up. Lord have mercy. Please don't do it. I think I said everyone's name. Did I say everyone's name? No, I didn't. Nintendo Porn Company. Cut! Spirit say. M. Carvalho. Probably nowhere close to that. If I misspell your name, if I misspelled, I apologize. And Adam Ritter, good to have you here. Conspicuous by his absence is, of course, the current Super Chat International Champion himself, Corp CA. Is he here? Or is he doing one of those things where he's going to wait until the end of the stream, make people think that, in this case, Sam P-Boom is going to win with $10, and then he ends up dropping 50. Yo, Sam P-Bone, try to give him a run for his money. Try to give Corp CA a run for his money. Don't let him just come in here and drop a 50. Or, in this case, drop 20. Who knows? Because he drops 20, he's in the lead, and he wins. Because I don't know. I also feel like, moving on to the review, SmackDown, WWE in general, is losing that momentum. Is losing the momentum it had. It's becoming way too formulaic. It's become way too overproduced. And not a lot of fans are showing up because ticket prices are way too high. And so it feels out of touch. I'm not saying it's out of touch, but I don't get that excitement. I don't feel that excitement I had when NXT was the hottest show in town. You know, that's something I always compare SmackDown to. When Triple H was in charge of NXT, it was this idea of spontaneity, right? And there's a lot more freedom on NXT, mostly because it was on the network. But still, like, there are things they could do on NXT that we could see here. And I would like to see that happen. I'm not going to go segment by segment or match by match. I'm going to talk about what I remember and what I saw. So we opened up with Cody Rhodes, of course, talking about him hitting Drew McIntyre last week with the belt, which was uncharacteristic. And then Drew came out and said, he didn't do it. I didn't attack Jacob. I'm a man of my word. Maybe it was Jimmy Uso, huh? Maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was you, Cody. Yeah. Why you gotta blame me? Why do we not supposed to think it's you? And Cody's like, enough! And then they get into a brawl. And then Jimmy Uso comes out and attacks him. And that's the main event. Jimmy Uso versus Drew McIntyre in a no DQ match. That's your main event? Really? That's your main event? Okay. Because that doesn't scream excitement to me. I'm just being honest with you. We then see Shinsuke Nakamura taking on, well, Shinsuke Nakamura and our good friend Ray Phoenix taking on the MFTs. In this case, it's Jeff Cobb, JC Mateo, and everyone's favorite, Tama Tonga. Mr. Tama Tonga. Always good to have him in the building. The match was all right. It really wasn't anything that I would necessarily go out of my way to watch again. It was just like, all right, it happened. It was a match. Yay. You know what I mean? It was just like, all right, it was there. No one cares. And MFTs, of course, had interference from Tala Tonga, who chokeslams Phoenix, and Tama Tonga hits his version of the hidden blade. Why is WWE talent using... I'm not saying that nobody can use the hidden blade. It's just Will Ospreay uses it much better than Dragon Lee and Tama Tonga, because clearly both of them are using the hidden blade. And both of them suck at it. I'm sorry. It's true, though. Who here honestly believes that Tama Tonga does a great hidden blade? At least better than Will Ospreay. Because I don't. I'm being real with you. I don't think he does a good hidden blade. But the MFTs win the match. No interference from the Wyatt Sicks, which was interesting. No Wyatt Sicks at all, actually. I thought that was quite telling. I think they did Tiffany Stratton versus Kiana James after this. If not, I guess I'm skipping ahead then. I had my notes here, and then the site went down. So, Kiana James versus Tiffany Stratton. Again, it's one of those matches where I'm like, I genuinely do not care. I genuinely do not care. Because it's not that I don't like Kiana James. I'm just like, I know who's going to win this. I know who's going to win this. And when that person won, I was like, all right, color me surprised. Tiffany did end up beating her. But after the match, Julia does get involved. And they start beating her down. And then JADE CARGILL comes out to make the save. JADE CARGILL whoops everybody's ass, runs them off, gets a nice babyface pop, helps Tiffany up, raises her arm. And I knew it. I sensed it. My heel turn vibes, my heel turn senses started going off. And I said, she's about to turn on Tiffany Stratton. Long and behold, boom, she clotheslines her. She starts whipping her ass. They throw her outside. She stomps on her leg. And she gets inside the ring with the scar still bleeding profusely, so it hasn't healed all the way. And it looked nice, by the way. And she gets the belt. She looks at it. Crowd boos her. She walks away, goes backstage, and tells Kathy, Miss Kathy Kelly, that she is done trying to play by the rules, being patient. I'm here to take the power. That bitch is back. She didn't say that part, but she should have said it. like I said before at the beginning of the stream, she is in her wheelhouse now. All right? This is where she naturally fits. She gets to be her natural self. Her personality just fits better as a heel. She doesn't feel like she's playing a role. She's going to be herself. And for that, I'm very excited to see what they do with her. You know what I mean? She's in her pocket. Jade Cargill's going to be great as a heel champ. And yes, I do hope she wins that championship. And I wouldn't be surprised if within a couple of months, fans are cheering her. And I mean that. Because it fits naturally with her character. So, Tiffany Stratton's going to lose that belt. Please, for the love of God, she's boring as bricks. I don't like her as a champion. Get that belt off of her. Please. Please. Like today, Junior. Ilya Dragunov continues Sami Zayn's open challenge. Had a great promo segment where Sami Zayn pumped him up. Ilya comes out, crowd receives him well. Pain will greet you. I believe that's his catchphrase, right? He's trying to get that over. It's actually really good. I think give it some time. Give it some time. I think that will actually get over. Pain will greet you. Is that what he said? Well, pain shall entertain them, I think. Pain shall entertain them. Aleister Black's music hits. And immediately, you see fine-ass Zelina Vega crawl out in the smoke. Gyrating, bending backwards, doing moves that I'm pretty sure Aleister Black enjoys very well. It complements his interest. He comes up with the coffin. With the, maybe not the coffin, but you know what I mean. He comes up with the Frankenstein thing. Leave me alone, the table. And then he gets up to the ring. The match is great. They have a great match, good back and forth, fast pace. Wish it wasn't in between commercial breaks. It was like 2 commercial breaks. I hate that. But match was great regardless. And then Damian Priest had to come out. Because of course he did. Damian goddamn Priest had to show his face, his burnt up face, and distract Aleister Black, allowing Ilya Dragunov to hit him with his finisher and pin him 1, 2, 3. And then Damian Priest proceeds to destroy him. Until Zelina Vega gets involved and they run off. Because why not, right? The Punisher! I don't know. There was a side of me that's like, do we just give Aleister Black the belt here? It's way too soon to give him the belt. Way too soon. But still, like, do we give him the belt? Like, y'all wouldn't be against that, would you? You wouldn't be against them giving Aleister Black the U.S. title. Because I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I would love to see that personally. So after this, I believe was... I'm trying to think. Was it the... I know it's not the main event. I think it was the Miz... Not the Miz. The Mello promo, right? Where he's talking to that guy, one half of that deadly team. What is his name again? Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson. God damn it. Toxic. You're toxic. Oh, yeah, you're a bitch. That's what I think. DIY is also talking to Axiom. Fraxium. When we gonna fight? We'll see when we fight. And then yeah. Okay, what's this? Check WWE's Twitter. Check WWE's Twitter. Okay. One second. Why am I being told to check WWE's Twitter? What happened? Something crazy happened? Let me see. WWE's Twitter. Okay. Breaking news. Tiffany Stratton is getting her knee evaluated, but reports are that Tiffany Stratton is adamant about going through with the match at Saturday Night's main event. Oh. Okay, so she's losing the belt. There it is. Apparently, she's going uninjured. Tiffany Stratton is losing that belt. Okay? Kind of figured that was going to happen. Pretty sure that was the plan. But if they're announcing that she's going uninjured, then we're going to get a new WWE Women's Champ. Okay? Not against that. I was just wondering if they were going to go through with it, but it looks like they're going to go through with it. So, very excited about that. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Want to be sure I don't miss anything. I think I covered it all, right? Okay, well, guess the only thing left to talk about is the main event. Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso. If I missed anything, please let me know. Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso, no DQ match. This was whatever. Feels lazy. Didn't really interest me. Like WWE's no DQ street fights, they are exciting, right? With AEW, there's room for creativity with AEW. There isn't when it comes to WWE. So, felt very produced, felt very lacking. And Jimmy Uso got some offense in, but guess what? Drew McIntyre still whooped that ass. He still whooped that trick. Get him! And then afterwards, he beats Jimmy Uso. He starts to put a chair around his neck, and then Cody Rhodes comes in. Makes the save. Cody Rhodes beats up Drew, saves Jimmy. Boom! Gets a Claymore kick for his troubles. Show goes off the air with Drew standing tall. And yeah, that was SmackDown. That was SmackDown. That was whatever. I personally am just, again, I gotta say it. It just feels like Triple H is not putting his best foot forward. Like, we're on the road to Survivor Series, y'all. Like, Survivor Series, this is one of their big 4 pay-per-views. And it feels like we're still in filler mode. And I don't like that. I don't like that. From a storyline standpoint, there were some advancements. There were some character, changes, new things brought forth. But the show just feels dry and formulaic. It doesn't feel exciting. It feels overproduced. I don't know what needs to change and how they need to change it, but something is just off when it comes to WWE. And maybe you guys can give me your thoughts about what you would like to see different, what you would like to see change. So, I don't know. If I was to give SmackDown a grade, 7? 6.5, 7? I'll say 7. I'll say 7 because of Jade Cargill's heel turn. I enjoyed the United States Championship match. And I did like seeing a few new changes in the characters, but there's too much formulaic shit going on. So, I'm not going any higher than a 7. I'm curious to know what your grades are. I think it's time we see what we're going to do with this Super Chat title. So, the floor is yours, ladies and gentlemen. The floor is yours. So, I didn't see Corp CA tonight. I did not see Corp CA. I am getting a little worried that Sam P-Boone is going to walk away with the championship. Yeah, Sam P-Boone's in the lead with $10. Of course, he doesn't show up. I guess that means we're going to have a new champ. But we still got plenty of time to see what he does. All right, give me your scores. Give me your grades. A&B Convos, Wrestling Edition. Good to have you here. The premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space. It's good to see B back. They say 7 is fair. Collectively, we gave it an 8. Corpse CA, ladies and gentlemen, letting people know I'm not going to lose this belt. If you thought that you was gonna take this from me. I love that. Wait a minute. Wait. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Game Shark says, I summoned Corp CA, and he came instantaneously. Yo, Game Shark, you got it like that? You got it like that, Game Shark? Game Shark says, I summon Corp CA, and he popped in, boom, $50. I love it. I love it. All right, so I think Corp CA is going to retain the belt. I should go ahead and make this announcement now, because Corp CA did, I forgot when he made this announcement, but I think he did say that he will not be defending his title on next week's SmackDown. He wants to defend it on Saturday night's main event, right? I believe you did say that. So I am going to do I need to change? I don't think I need to change the cover of it. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna upgrade it, but I'm not gonna save it over what I have here. So we'll upgrade that for next week. So Corp CA is definitely gonna retain, and the next time you see him defend this belt will be next Saturday. Not on Friday, but on Saturday. Because next Friday is Halloween. Y'all enjoy your Halloween, because I ain't revealing the show on Halloween. Let's see here. Jay is gonna squash Tiff. She better, based off of what they're saying, she better go in there and wreck Tiffany Stratton. She needs to pull a Wreck-It Ralph. I'm gonna wreck her. Yes, that was a great heel turn. Let me see your grades here. So, King AJ, Your Highness, gave it a 7. Okay. JJ Bulldog gave it a 6. Joseph Winters gave it a 6. Adam Ritter gave it a 5. Oh, you didn't like the show at all. Damn, sir. Let me see here. Well, wait. He gave it a 6 at first, and he dropped it to a 5. My bad. Did my review change your mind like that? Yeah, he dropped it to a 5. All right. The Defiant BJG, that's it, all right? The Defiant BJG gave it an 8. All right, that's a good score. That's what A and B combos gave it collectively. Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles, final match for both. Oh my goodness. Double retirement match. We'll love to see it. We'll love to see it. Let me see here. Looking for other grades. Joseph Winters gave it a 6. Yeah, so like 6 to 7. Ron Rodney Galez gave it a 6.3. Noel Jimenez gives it a 6.5. Yeah, that seems about right. Between 6 and 7, that feels right. That feels right. I am curious though. The Defiant BJG, you gave it an 8. Why are you feeling an 8? Why are you feeling an 8? Noel Jimenez thought it was a 7, but my review changed his mind. Oh man. Hey Noel, I am curious to know. Next Saturday, are we getting round 2? Are we gonna get round 2 between Corp and Noel Jimenez next Saturday? Because I'm very curious to know if you'll be willing to take the belt. Now, hold on for a minute. Let's not say that he's tripping for saying 8. 8 is not that far from a 7, right? Because again, I can totally see why people like the show. The JADE CARGILL heel turn was great. The US Championship match was great. So I understand where the 8 is coming from. I just want to know exactly why you thought it was an 8. Noel Jimenez. Yeah, he said it. Noel said, next Saturday, round 2 is coming. I'm excited for that. Round 2 is going to be nuts. Game Shock. Oh, look at this. Game Shock also gives it an 8 out of 10. Donald Lanesio gives it a 6.5. That's interesting. King AJ says, I'm gonna be on commentary too. I don't care. Y'all can all be on commentary. Y'all could be a commentary team. Ronwell, you could be play-by-play, and AJ, you can be Puppies, the king. Puppies color. Yeah, that's what I thought. So the Defiant BJG says the heel turn and the US Open Challenge make the show good for him. Fair enough. I'll take that. And I'm assuming that's the same thing for Game Shock, right? The heel turn in the Great United States Challenge match. Yo, Noel Jimenez says he has it on the calendar. Ronwell Nogales says, I'll be on commentary. So Ronwell, the world champion, will be doing commentary for the match. Oh, man. Game Shock said, I was going to give it a high C, 6 out of 10, but changed it to a low B, 7 out of 10, because of Jay's heel turn. And I'm explaining that 8 out of 10 is a high B, not what I gave the show. Oh. So you actually gave it a 7 out of 10. Okay. Because I was confused. So your score is 7 out of 10. Okay, that's the same one I gave it. That's fair. So it wasn't a bad episode overall. It wasn't a bad episode. I like that. Alfredo Leva. Anybody watch Deadlock Pro Wrestling? I don't. A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Big Jim stepping up in a big way and kept going at Drew was great. But he's got to start winning matches or it will never matter. Punk's jump up to get beat down. I agree. Punk's jump up to get beat down. You're right about that. Yeah, everyone just feels stagnant right now in WWE. Everyone feels stagnant. The stories are there. The characters are there. It's just, I don't feel like anyone's going anywhere. K Ballard, 27. Can you picture Braun Strowman walking into a restaurant and ordering everything on the menu? You mean like that show that they're airing? They have a show of Braun Strowman eating food. And he's going by his name, Braun Strowman. What's up with that? Is anybody actually watching that show? Because I'm not. Drew Usher, is Corpse up right now? Yes, Corpse-CA is up by $50. Corpse-CA is up by $50. He's in the lead. So Game Shock says he is Corpse-CA's advocate. Corpse-CA's advocate. Yes, he is. All right. Well, Lauren Biggs was Three Diglets' advocate. So I guess you can be Corpse-CA's wise man. Right? You're the wise man. Because he's the tribal chief, and the tribal chief needs a wise man. So Game Shock, you're the wise man. Yeah, I'm not watching Braun Strowman's show. Let me see what else y'all saying. Corpsier versus Noel, the rematch, is coming. Do you smell what Noel is cooking? So, Noel, does that make you the final boss? The final boss! Let's see here. Broken Hardys shit be fire. Yeah, the Broken Hardys. I actually, now that I know that they're going to be doing a Broken Hardys match, I actually kind of want to watch it now. I kind of want to watch it. What's your shadow? I watched it. You watched the Braun Strowman show? How is it? Is it dog shit? Be honest. Like, tell me, how is it? I want to know. Because it looks like shit. I'm not going to lie. Not saying y'all can't, like, be entertained by that, but it looks like shit. I'm just being real with you. It looks really, really bad. Did you see Doug Mallow as security? Doug Mallow? Who's Doug Mallow? You don't fuck with the final boss, Noel Jimenez. Calls himself the final boss. I'll probably watch the first episode of Braun's new show. Y'all need to let me know, like, is it actually good? Because it looks cheesy. You can tell Braun can eat anything because he has good taste. Yes, he does have good taste. Nikki Bella is the next women's champion and blocked. You're blocked. I blocked you, Adam Ritter. You're blocked. You're blocked. That's it. You can't come on here no more. You're blocked. Because how dare you? Braun isn't under WWE contract, but he's working with USA, which works with WWE, so he's still allowed to use the name. I'm pretty sure his in-ring career is over. I heard he has shot knees. Oh, you poor baby. That poor man. I mean, whatever. Just go ahead and eat for a living. Game Shock says, you can call me his advocate. Okay. Whatever you want to call yourself, man. Look at Game Shock. If Joel Jimenez, if Noel Jimenez is talking and thinking about taking Corpsier's belt, my client has other plans on retaining. See, y'all over here messing around, thinking it's going to just be Noel and Corpsier. But next thing you know, Drew Usher drops in and goes, it's time for me to save the channel. Let's see here. I bet you Nikki will botch to Stephanie Bakar. Oh, Jesus, please don't do Nikki Bella and Stephanie Bakar. That match is going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad. Don't do it. Please don't do it. It's terrible. It's a terrible goddamn. See now I don't want to talk about it no more. Y'all depressed me. Drew Usher will not be defending his belt. Yes, you're right. Corpsier will not be defending his belt next Friday. He'll be defending it on Saturday. Did I say Friday? No, I didn't. I don't think I said Friday. But yes, next Saturday will be a title defense for Corpsier. Not Friday. So, very excited about that. All right. Let me go ahead and get out of here. I'm too depressed now. Y'all said Nikki Bella will take on Stephanie Bakar. I don't want to see it. No, like for real. I am tired though. Let me go ahead and get out of here. Again, SmackDown was fine. There were some things to like about it. The heel turn was great, but it feels it feels generic. It feels overproduced. It feels by the books. And WWE, they got to change something up. But that's just me. Thank you all for watching. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. A place that was and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out. Peace.
When you're